Hey everyone, this is SJ aka StrategyJoe. Welcome to a quick play of Simutrans. Simutrans is actually a game based off the Transport Tycoon Deluxe, and it's basically a game where you build a transporting company, transport goods, passenger, mail, and you try to make a living with it. So we'll start off with a new game. When you want to start a new game, you have a couple of options that show up. The first one is to decide map number, and you enter value between 0 and this huge number, and whatever number it is will be a seed to generate a map. So let's just go with, for example, 30, 25, 84. Alright, this looks like a good map with a protruding peninsula here and some water. Great. Here we have the size of the map in squares, because maybe you can see a little bit. You see the game has multiple squares, and for example this one is 4 squares, so 2 by 2. So this map offers 256 by 256. It can be adjusted. You can go up or down, but for now I'll keep it 256 so we have a nice playground and we don't get lost in too large of a map. And right here we can decide random map, where if we click that it just go into a random map, or we can load a hate map, which is, for example, if you have a hate map of a specific place you want to play, you can load it up and it may come up alright. I never really tried, but I don't think it's that accurate to load maps. And afterward we have multiple options. The first one is number of cities. We want 16 cities, median citizens per cities. What about 6,000 people per cities? So all the cities together will be 16 times 6,000 in total population. Intercity road length, it's 200, so that's the road length between two cities. I'm not sure what is the unit. I think it's kilometers. I don't remember exactly how kilometers work in this game. After, we got factories and shop, which are industrial chains, because in this game, since we'll be doing transportation, we'll have to set up a specific shop and a specific factory that produces the goods the shop buys, and we have to bring the goods all the way to the shops so they can be sold, and we make money off transporting. And we have tourist attractions which generate passenger and mail. And we will also use this option here. It's use timeline year, so we'll start off in 1930, and depending on the starting years you use, you have different available products to use. So for example, if you start in 2000, you have more high-tech bus, trains, planes than if you start in 1930. So we'll start off in 1930. I think it's a good compromise between low-tech, poor bus, poor trains, no airplane, and eventually we'll make it through to having a better network that we'll be able to upgrade. And we'll use beginner mode checkoff. So without beginner mode, we have higher transport speed, and what happens is when you have beginner modes, you don't have limit to transport, so you can keep transporting the same good. Even if it's not selling, they will still take it and pay you for it. While if it's checkoff, if the shop is full, they don't order from you, so the truck just idles in the driveway waiting for the goods, not knowing what to do. Which is an important part of the game, because if you can just make trucks or trains go all the time, there's no real point. So let's start off this game. Now we'll be initializing a new map. Okay, let's take a quick look at this map. Okay, let's see. It's not too bad. We have a nice layout. You see these are well spread. We have a couple of attractions. They look all the same. For example, that's Patrick's Rock. Climbing it is only for the fearless. And this produces 640 passengers. That's a lot of people. Really, that's crazy. And we got multiples of these. Alright. We'll take it, I guess. And we got another one here. Here. And here. Two both. Wow. There's a lot of Patrick's rock here. I guess there were many Patricks in this place. Okay, so now we'll be able to zoom into a city and try to see. Okay, right now I've played this game before, so I have a couple of options checked that I need to get rid of. So let's go into options, display, and no building hidden. We'll go for that. With that for now. So here we have a city. Let's see. It's Newark. Let's just post time, you know. So we have 4,800 people living here, and we have a couple of attractions. Public property, a church here, a school here. You can see the school. Oh no, it's a St. Luke church, and we have Church of Saint Menarab. So yeah, we got a couple of interesting buildings that could generate passenger. So we'll start off with the city and go into road tools. We'll build a little garage right over here, right at the corner of the town. And we'll put a couple of bus stops inside the city, so the people can go to the bus stops and use a transport network that will be building very soon. So let's try to grab as much as possible. As you can see, for example, I have the bus stop in the middle of the screen right here, and you see all the orange square around. That's the coverage of the bus stop. So when I put it down, it becomes a light blue, because blue is my color, my player color. So this stop is now mine, and all that's around it is covered by this specific stop. So if I send a bus to this stop, then all the people in the attraction will generate passengers and mail. And now, since we have covered the first city here, we'll create a little hub over here where we'll be able to take out the people, so we'll be able to build intercity transportation. So let's just put a quick little bus stop here. Okay, now we'll let time flow a bit so our bus stops get built and our carriage get built. Here we go. Let's pause that again. Now we'll be creating a new bus line. So let's see what bus could be the more fit to go around the city. And here, when you select a vehicle, for example, that's all the buses we have disponible right now in 1930. The first one is a stagecoach. This one needs horses, so I don't care. And this one too. Mail coach, mail postal wagon, I don't care. I don't want horses. I don't like playing with horses, they're too slow. And this is a horse here. So this, if you are to buy a horse chariot, you buy a horse and then you will see. For example, I can't do it. Why is it not coming up? Good question. How does it work? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, okay, no. That one is not good. You need to build these horses. And then you'll be able to append a stagecoach or a postal wagon. But I don't care, so I'll sell this off this horse, and I'll sell off this postal guy. And we'll go for a bus. And which bus should we take? Let's examine what we got in stock right now. So here we have the RVG stall bus. Costs $3,500. Production from 1915 to 1932, 25 passenger, maximum 35 km per hour, and 30 kilowatts of power. Let's see if that one is slightly better. We got more passenger. It costs 50% more, but costs 10 kilometers faster. And this one $5,500, almost 40 passengers. And this one starts to get expensive. I guess we'll go for this one here, the Empire T1 bus. So we'll be creating a new line for this bus here. Alright, so we started with Newark 5 stop, Newark 4 stop, Newark 2 stop, Newark 1 stop, the 3rd stop. Did we miss something? No. Okay, the 6th stop, and then we'll go to the outer station and we'll promote that as a line and we'll name it. I like to name my line in specific ways. I guess most people will have their own way, but mine I always start with what kind of line it is. This is a bus line. I'll put a dash and it's a Newark line. Newark line Central. Let's name it that way for now. It'll be easier to remember. So now we have the bus Newark Central line, and we'll have all the Newark bus stop in this line. So the bus will be able to serve all the stops and bring all the passenger over all the stops and to this stop outside here. So we'll let that bus go now. Start it off. And we'll be able to follow it soon. But first, since we only have this little town right here, I want to generate a new route to, let's say, this attraction. It generates 120 passenger and 120 mail. So I'll want to pull out a little dirt road coming off here, and I'll build a little bus stop here. I'll go back to the garage. Oh no, that's not a garage, that's a garage. I'll take a small bus and I'll schedule it Newark outer stop 1 and 2, and this one, let's see, it's an Old Castle. So let's promote it to line. Let's call it bus Newark Old Castle. So now we're sure of what that line is, and let's start off this bus. So now what I have done here is I have my first main line in the city where the bus will go around the stops, gather passenger, bring them over to here, and I have also a second line that will go from Newark 1 to Newark 2 outside of the outer stops. Well, what am I saying? And this second bus will just do a connection between the Old Castle and the outer stop number 1. And if someone, for example, right here in this house, wants to go to the Old Castle, they'll take the bus here, get off here, and then take the second bus all the way to the Old Castle. So we'll let play a little bit seeing the bus in action. Let's take a look at this one. So we'll be following it. Let's speed up a bit. Alright. So now here we have more information on this specific vehicle. For example, we have the current speed, maximum speed, the income up to now. Right now we're negative, but that's normal because it just started running. So as long as we don't do any transport, it will be costing us money. But as soon we'll start letting off passenger, for example, it just did about 10 bucks of profit there. So that's good. If it keeps doing that, every stop will be in the green very fast. And then right beside it we have 0.40 cents per kilometers. This means it's the maintenance cost. So for every kilometers we do, you can see it does have an increment of 40 cents. We also have the weight. This is the, I believe, the total weight, or no, yeah, this is the total weight and this is the good weight. So right now it weighs 1.6 ton and the goods, so the passenger weighs 1.6 themselves. And here we have the next destination. It will be Newark 1 outer stop, and we have the current progression. So when the bar fills up, it means we've reached the next destination. Then we have the information on the line. We can modify the schedule, go back to depot, or force the bus to not pick up any good. So right now you see the income is at 33, so we're in the positive now. This is very good. We'll let it run a bit like that. It will be able to make money. Oh, I accidentally opened the interrogation menu. Okay, so now we have Newick nailed here. We'll have the bus doing its little roundabout and gathering passenger and making some profit. So let's go to the next town over. Here, Chester, and let's do the same thing again. We want to connect Chester to the rest of the game. So let's create a route for the old castle here, another old castle. That will be interesting. That will generate a lot of traffic. So let's put a bus stop for that. A bus stop here for the observation. A bus stop for the church. Another bus stop for these monuments and people. The last bus stop for the tennis court. And a last one for the town center. So that would be good. We'll create it. Where is it? Okay, we'll create a garage here. And we'll create a new bus. And we will also create a brand new line for Chester. Let's go ahead for that. Okay, so now we have all the stops. We'll add one final stop at Newick. So we'll be able to connect Chester and Newick on the same line. So people from Newick and Chester will be able to go wherever they please in our current network. So let's promote that to a line and let's name it Bus Chester Principal. So now with the name, we'll be able to know exactly what's going on. And since this specific place, I believe, will generate a lot of traffic, I will create two buses for that. So I can click right here, copy the selected convoy. So now I have two convoy of the same bus with the same route. So let's start off the first one, let it roll a bit so it starts gathering some passenger and gets away. And okay, so we see it's here now. Here it is. So it allows us now to start the second bus. So the second bus will be able to do exactly the same parkour, but with a little delay. So we're sure they won't be so close that they won't pick any passenger, at least for the second bus. So let it run a little bit. And hopefully it will be profitable. But since we are a company and we want to make profits, we have to move even further and go here, Asheville. Let's see what Asheville has to offer. Okay, so we have 2 Patrick's Rock. That's great, 2 Patrick's Rock. That's a lot of people. We also have a lighthouse here. It generates very little traffic. Well, I guess we don't really care. And I have a quarry here. And as you can see, we have a worker list. And worker means that it will generate traffic in very specific times. So we have 83 passenger and 6 mail from Asheville, 49 from Newton, 96 from Oakwell. Where is Oakwell? Oakwell. Okay, it's the next city we'll be taking on to. And we have some from Springwick. So all these cities want to get to this cement shop. So we'll eventually get around to connect them. We'll start off by the Patrick Road. Patrick Rocks, not road. What am I saying? Okay, so now we'll be able to put some bus stops. More bus stops here. And more bus stops in the city. Okay, so we have a good coverage of the important attractions. We'll get one for the cement place. And we'll be able to start a new garage. I don't assume that be building so many garages, but I just don't have the budget to allow the bus to roll all over the place. For example, from the first town we've been in Newick, create one, let it roll all the way down here. It will cost me more than I believe just building garage and start popping up trucks out of there. Oh, and I see I forgot to connect the road here. That's not good, because if the road is not connected, then the bus won't find its way. Okay, so let's start adding the stops to the first bus line we'll be creating here. We'll take Asheville 3, 4, 1 outer, 2, and 2 outer. And we'll promote that to line. We'll call it bus Asheville main line. And we'll start the bus. And now we'll create a new line specific for Asheville. We'll take H-Threads Icarus. We'll do a scaling from here, from Asheville to outer stop, all the way to Newark 1 outer stop. And we will promote that to a line. And this one, I call it bus dash IC for intercity, so I know exactly what this bus line is about. And it will be Asheville, not Asheville, Asheville. Well, I can type for to Newark. And we will start this bus. Now it will be running between Asheville 2 outer stop and Newark 1 outer stop, and will bring the people from both Barringchester and Newark all the way back to Asheville. So now that we have start to nail down a little bit the process of passenger transport, we'll take a look at the list here. Where's the list? And we'll take a look at the industry list, factories. And I want to find a power station. Let's see if I can find that. Where is the power station? Huh, that's weird. Seems like there's no power station in this map. Oh yeah, coal power station. I'm just blind, I guess. Okay, so here we have a coal power station. And coal power station utilize 1,160 units per month of coal to produce electricity. And exactly how electricity works, we'll be reviewing that later because it's not quite important since we don't have any coal. So let's see, the supplier list here is from whom this coal power station will be buying its supplies of coal. And there's only one coal mine, so let's go see this coal mine. This coal mine here is selling its coal to this power station. So now let's see what will be the best course of action if we want to bring coal from here all the way to here. And I do think that we could build a small train network for that. Might be the ideal. Let's pull that. Let's bring it over here. Yeah, like that. It will be perfect. And let's build some freight station. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will be 4 enough. And we'll build the same number of stations the other sides where sure the train can stop and drop off all its stuff. And we'll create a little train garage here. Okay, so how it works is a little bit like the horses I've shown earlier. We have to find a locomotive, so let's take a look at what we have. We have much more choice here. But I don't want to spend a fortune on a locomotive. So let's see. Yeah, here for 8,000 I could have 720 kilowatts. And here for 7,002. Yeah, they're expensive. Really? I think I'll just go down for this one. And we'll put some cars, and the cars we want is a bulk good because the coal is available in bulk. Not sure how to say that well. So we have different type of cars. We have steel, waste, box good, more box good, bulk, lumber, more lumber, powder pellets, and more powder pellets. So let's go for our bulk good. Wow, I really have no idea how to say that. Okay, so here we have a little show of our current train. So we have our locomotive. Here we have a tender for the locomotive. Since this is a steam train, we'll need a tender for the coal. Even though we'll be transporting a lot of coal, we still need a tender to feed off the front. And we have all the bulk goods cars attached to the main locomotive. You can see here the information for all this train. It's worth 12,000. The power, the max speed, and here you see max speed is 65 kilometers. That's limited by the locomotive, and when it's fully loaded it goes between 60 to 65, so we don't have much loss. But anyway, if I take a look here, the maximum we'll be able to go is 55 because of the rails. So let's start off with a schedule. We'll be able to go to the coal station, load 100% of the train in coal, and then come drop it off at the power station. We'll promote this line to a real line. We'll call it train and coal feed for Hillby. And we'll start off this train. And let's see what it does. Oh, I'm going too fast now. Okay, let's see. Let's follow that train for now. We'll see it go into the coal power station. And right now we're in deficit, so you'll see how it makes much more money than transporting passenger now. Wow, 900. We made almost 2,000 cash profit on that, so that's very good. Oh, wrong button again. Okay, so now we have been able to see a little train transport of coal here to make money. We've also overviewed a couple of different ways we can do transportation within cities and between cities. So I believe that will be far enough for today, because we still have a lot to do and we have many more days to do. So please, if you enjoyed my video, like, comment, share and subscribe. Don't forget to take a look at my Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching.